Hello and welcome to Coffee and Card. We're on week 2 of April 2024, and this week I've made a 3D, with Linda from lindaspapercraft.co.uk. I've made a 3D balloon. Okay, so you can see, so I've used 4 hearts and I folded them in half and glued them together, then stuck them on a 5th heart which I made out of white card, and then again we're using the balloon strings, and I've used the Everyday Details dies for that, which come with a 2 for 1, which you'll see in a minute when I unpack the card. Okay, so here we go. So in your kit, obviously you've got your designer series paper, and then I've made you a 10 centimetre square card, so that's 20 centimetres by 10 centimetres, scored at 10 centimetres. You've got a little bit of balmy blue twine, some bubble bath for the strings, some pecan pie for the basket, and then you've got some white for the inside, and then I've got a few die cuts. So you've got a square for the back white heart, a little envelope, and then I've cut this out for you using the Everyday Details dies, and they've got this sort of circle on this particular one. They've got the eye holes cut on both pieces, so I've included this piece, and you can use it for another card, whatever you want. Okay, so I'll pop that to one side, and then I've used tailor-made tags to cut out the smallest curvy tag for your sentiment. So as that's the only bit of stamping, I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I'll pop that on there, and I'm doing this in Azure Afternoon. It's up to you what colour you want to do yours in. So I'm just hanging there, and I'm just eyeing that up, hopefully straight. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Right, let's pop that away because I don't need any more. And I'm going to take out these 2 die cut pieces. Now you will need a strip of the whichever designer's paper you want to use to cut your hearts. Now I've already cut 3 of them out, so this strip is 3 inches wide, so it still leaves you another 3 by 6 piece to do what you want with. And I've already cut out 3 of the hearts, so I just need to cut out one more heart and the white one. I've got the die for that here, but I also again need the weird looking basket with the tiny weeny strings, and then these. I just love this die. I think it really finishes everything off. Okay, so let us get the die cutting machine out, which I've actually got here ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the last heart. Actually, I'm just going to, don't need those bits. Right, so the last heart's just going to go underneath the top plate. Always make sure you do cover your dies with the top plate, because if you don't, the machine eats them, which we don't want. Okay. So that's my 4 patterned hearts. I need a white heart. Just there. Might as well cut this out as well while I'm here. Just need to cut out these out of the, you'd probably get 2 out of that piece, wouldn't you? There we go. So so now I've got 4 patterned hearts, a balloon, strings and a basket. And on this one, because I didn't want, I don't know if you remember from last week, but you could see the white strings from the basket. I didn't want to do that this time, so I'm actually going to trim them off because they're not white, they're brown. So, okay, yeah, tiny dies, always put them away because you don't want to lose them. But as last week, take your die out first. Your paper out first, should I say. There we go. Alright, so just taking these little details out. There we go. So I'm just going to chop off these little bits here. So just flush with the edge. There we go. So you've just got the basket. And I'm going to glue that to the strings and then pop it one side to dry. Glue is here. Again, using my silicone mat, which are in the catalogue under the tools section. Tweezers. And again, I'm just placing that on the basket. There we go. It's just hanging out a bit below there. Ugh. It's fiddly, but it's worth spending a little bit of time just getting it in the right place. There we go. There we are. Pop that to one side to dry. And so I've got my base. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And I did literally just fold them in half, side to side. Okay. There we are. You can score them down the middle, but I found actually I was getting better accuracy if I did it like this, because it's only paper, it's not card. I think if it was card, I think you would need to score. But with it being paper, you could do it with the other side showing, actually. That would look quite cute as well. Oh, excuse me. I have a tickle. There we go. And here's the last one. Oh, just missed that. There we go. And then it's a case of just gluing everything together. So you're going to end up with a stack of hearts. They do need to be fairly well glued together because it is a sort of moving part of the card, so it gets more attention, should we say. And again, I recommend wet glue so you can actually get them to line up perfectly. Like with the balloon, it is worth just the net's just worth fiddling about with a bit so you've got it how you want it. fourth one rather. I'm always putting glue on the bottom one to make sure I've got glue on the correct side, because you'll be a right sticky mess if you get the glue on the wrong side. There we go, so that's those 4 all glued together. And then you open them out and put glue on the back. And this is what's going to stick to your heart. The white one that you cut out. So this will be slightly smaller because you've got the width of the extra hearts in there. So slightly smaller widthways, not lengthways. There you go. Okay, there we have our balloon. Okay, and then the last thing to do is to stick your strings just on the back there. So yeah, you need glue on the front. I know it's counterintuitive. We normally put glue on the back of things, but this time we're putting glue on the front. And we're just going to position it without the piece of glue off the silicone mat where it fits. So I'm going with there. So there's not a huge amount shows, but it just gives you the idea of what it is, the look you're going for. Okay, there we are. And then, so then you've got your nice 3-dimensional card topper ready to go onto your card. How cute is that? Right, so we'll make the rest of the card now. So this piece is, just let me double check. I think I use centimetres, but can't be 100%. Yeah, it's 9.5 centimetres. So I then cut a 9 centimetre square of this designer series paper, and I'm going to stick with that one again. It's this polka dot one. So we need a 9 centimetre square. Ooh. Okay, so the way I'm cutting it as well is I'm cutting it so that the long strip has got the clouds like that. Okay, so I'm cutting it that way at 9 centimetres because it's more than 3 inches, so you've got less than half left. But I do that because most of the cards I do tend to be portraits, so that's the right way up if I want to use those clouds. And then 9. Oh. Yeah, 9 centimetres again here. And then you've got a nice little landscape piece as well. Right. So, and I am going to put glue around the edge here and position that. So, there we go. And the easiest way to do this is actually do it from the back and just you put an even border all the way around the outside. You will have backing to all the open dots. Okay, and then I'm going to glue just around the edge, and I'm just catching that white as well in places. You could probably get away with a slightly smaller square, to be honest. But I just wanted to make sure I got all the dots in view. Right, so and this goes on the front of your card. And I've just stuck this flat. I've put the balloon on dimensionals, but this bit's flat, and the sentiments on dimensionals as well. Okay, so there we go. And then I'll pop the inside piece in. Obviously, if you're going to stamp on the inside, stamp first and then put the inside in. go. Okay, so, and we have our little piece of string. So what I did with this was I popped it through and tied my first knot. Okay, on the front there with the ends similar lengths. Then I attached it to the card because then you've not got it flapping around. So, dimensionals, where's the dimensionals? Actually, I've got the big ones, but I'm going to use little ones. Oh no, big ones will fit. So, minding your string. Pop a couple of dimensionals on. Put it on your card, bring your knot round to the front and tie your bow. Come on. There we go, and as I say, nobody ever ties a perfect bow first time unless you're doing it on some sort of weird machine. Or you're some sort of bow savant. There we go. So I'm trying to make them even. Make them a bit smaller than you want, then tighten it. Still not happy with that one. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop the two together. And my secret to the length of your tails is they should always be a little bit longer than the bow itself. Not that much longer. That is horrific. Right, but a little bit longer than the bow, because if you try and do it the same and you get it shorter, it looks awful. So, put those in the bin. There we are. Nice little bow, and then I'm just going to pop the balloon upon some dimensionals as well. So, a little one for the basket. And then a couple of big ones for the balloon itself. And then you can add some gems as and where you'll wish. Just put a middle one. Don't quite know why I left my dimensionals over there. Didn't bring them across. Right, so a nice simple but effective card. It will go in an envelope flat, and then you just fluff them up when you open it. And there you go. Fabulous. Right, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I shall see you all next week. Bye.